Hello, dear Aries. I am just balancing my camera right now. Oh, that's a bit weird. That's a bit bumpy. Sorry about this. Aries. Did I say Sagittarius? I've just done Sagittarius. Aries, dear Aries. Okay, that's good. Let me just move this over here a bit more. Okay, Sagittarius. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't watched any of my other readings, this is Magdalena Tarot. As you can see, I'm a new channel, so if you feel inspired by anything you hear, see, feel, intuit in this reading, please subscribe to my channel, tell me that you resonate by liking. If I've helped you in any way, that is my aim. It is to reach people, to guide, to bring guidance, to channel guidance through these cards, which I feel so passionate about. Not just these cards, but all tarot cards. Also, my passion is intuition. So I'm here to utilize my intuition to help you access, communicate and channel your own intuition. So Aries, this reading is not date specific. June is written on it because that is when this reading is being done, but it may be something, this might be a situation from your past. I'm just going to put the charger in my phone right now because I think it's running out of battery. I don't want it to run out. Okay, so it could be a past situation that you need to review. Sometimes we need to relook at situations in our lives on an anniversary, or just because something's coming up about it again. Sometimes, more often than not, it's a situation in the here and now, which will be very clear to you. Sometimes it's a situation for a friend, it's a piece of advice or a message for someone else, someone dear to you that you know, that you love. And it could be something for your future. So you might be drawn back to this reading in a few months, and it might resonate then. It might give you advice then. Sometimes you find yourself listening to particular readers just because you feel inspired or healed or touched or moved or entertained just by listening to them every week. That's absolutely normal. These cards, the tarot deck, is full of teachings and wisdoms that it always has something to tell us. Even when you're watching a reading for somebody else, we can learn so much. I learn so much from these cards just by doing readings for other people. So just follow your bliss, and if something doesn't feel good, if you don't like the feeling you get from a reading from a reader, just change the channel, put something else on. Follow your bliss and be true to yourself. So Aries, I'm going to ask to channel messages for Aries. Please bring guidance, any beings of love, light, gods, goddesses, angels, archangels. Please bring messages now for any Aries person out there who is searching, who is seeking for truth, for guidance, for clarity, anyone who's lost, anyone who's searching. A message, please, for 1 or 2 or 20 or 1,000,000 Aries people who might look at this reading. Remember, everybody, that intuition is mysterious. It doesn't work with the rational mind as the rational mind does. So sometimes synchronicities come up that don't make sense. So you just have to go with the flow. Sometimes we have to bypass our thinking function, our thinking mind, in order to receive guidance of this kind. Okay, the deck is going to have the 5 of this reading is going to have the 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and in this beautiful deck, which by the way is called Prisma Visions deck, I highly recommend it. You'll see the images are amazing. 5 of Cups. Something has been released. This is at the root of the reading, at the root of this situation. Something very possibly had to have been released. Something has been released. Something needs to be released. So this is a theme Let's see how it relates. The card I have at the middle of the deck where I've cut it is the Queen of Swords. So yes, very clearly with these two together, seeing that something has been released, someone has had to be strong, someone has to be, maybe sometimes we have to be cold in order to let go of something, or maybe someone has been cold with us. Let's pull out some more cards. We're going to have one card for the heart of the reading, a card either side of it. I will talk through them all with you. Something hidden, something on the surface of the situation, something apparent, something past, something future. Okay. Heart of the reading, we have the Nine of Cups. And take a look at this Nine of Cups. It's rather lovely. This person in this Nine of Cups, it could be a man, it could be a woman, they are not quite as arrogant as the traditional Rider and Waite Nine of Cups guy, which is a kind of a guy sitting there flaunting his wishes, flaunting his dream come true. In this one, this person is kind of sitting watching the sunset, watching those cups in a really kind of cool, calm, collected way. Let's have a look at what the past influence is. There's something always about the Nine of Chalices. It's like, hey, look what's come. Look what I have. It's all here, and I didn't even need to work for it. I always get that feeling with the Nine of Chalices. I'm getting that feeling quite like this sitting back. The past influence on this is something that could have come before that led you to, or somebody else to this position. Is the King of Cups, King of Chalices. Now I feel like this is the same person. I feel like this is both of these are the same people in this instance. We've got the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So somebody was really mastering their, what Jung would call the feeling function. We've got feeling function, sensation function, thinking function, and intuitive function. And here someone has really mastered their feelings. They really dove into their feelings. They really dove into the depths of their longing, of their desires. That's what I'm hearing right now. Got in touch with their desires and their dreams. And they're watching them unfold before them now. Underneath the surface of this, we have another king. That's two kings. We've got the King of Swords. We've got the King of Swords, so hidden underneath the surface, maybe within you, maybe in your dreams, unconsciously, maybe something that you're aware of but nobody else is. There is a King of Swords. So on this, we can see here this King of Chalices moving in this person. It could be man, it could be woman, who has dared to jump into a dream, into the imagining of their dream, the feeling of their dream, coming into relationship with their dream, and they've been able to make it come true with the Nine of Cups. You know, and here we don't, what we have is the Five of Cups. It's all water. Above this, it's all water. Five of Cups, somebody releasing something, somebody daring to let go of something which does not serve them in order to be released, to be at one with something that feels like their dream come true. And just that, simply the act of aligning, in this case, just simply the act of releasing what didn't serve you, in terms of your feeling something that didn't feel right, even though it meant something to you, it didn't feel right anymore. And suddenly this liberation, this absolute liberation, when we're looking at the kings and the queens, we are talking about somebody who's, you know, in this case, it's like that letting go of something allowed you to come into this, your kingdom, your queendom, and enabled you to see a dream, to envision a dream, and allow that dream to come in. Allow that dream to come true. With the King of Swords, there is something inside that had to be cut through. You know, again, and I think it connects. We saw that Queen of Swords before. That need to cut something away, to release something, that inner mastery, the mastery of one's thoughts. And maybe you were able here to let go of a difficult situation or relationship and to master your thoughts, to take charge of your thoughts. This is mastery. This is really about inner mastery of our thoughts. And when we're trying to manifest something, when we're trying to release something, to manifest something new, indeed, we have to take charge of our thoughts in terms of manifesting things. And with this 9 of chalices, it's all about manifesting. It's all about bringing your visions, your dreams, the things you love into reality. It does require the ability to think positively, which means getting rid of those thoughts that stop us from achieving. And above we have the Star. Now this has just come up in the past reading, but I shuffled this deck I was already shuffling it, and I mixed this card in, deep into the deck again. Shuffled again, but listen, look, Aries, this is very positive. With the Star card in the above position, in the position of consciousness, the position of what you see, what you feel, what you hear, what others see, feel, hear, the way the situation looks, something that's come in on a material level. We've got the Star, Major Arcana. Above the 9 of Cups, we're talking about really dreams and wishes coming true. We're talking, when we have the 5 of Cups, we're talking that you were able to let something go, releasing something in order to renew, in order to realize, in order to clarify, purify. And this is really a true dream. This is really a true dream and an ability that you've found within yourself to master your emotions and your thoughts in order to be able to manifest something, to liberate something in your life. And sometimes we create change by building things up, and that's when we get pentacles, where we get the pentacles, the 3, particularly the 3, the 7, the 8, where we're building something up. But there's another way, there's another thing, and this isn't necessarily giving us the house, it's not necessarily giving us the work, the money. It's maybe not even giving us the family, but it's giving us the feeling around something. It's giving us the feelings, the wishes, bringing us in contact with our desires, Aries, our true wish, our true desire. And when you have that, and the realization with your thoughts within yourself of what makes you feel good, to know your dream. I mean, many people go their whole lives without knowing what their dreams really are, what their true dreams, what their deepest desires really are. And this is somebody who's really facing and believing in their dreams. This is really someone who's willing to dive into their dream, into their brightest wish, and become themselves, become who they really want to be within this dream life. And it ends with the Fool. I don't know why, I don't normally say that. This is the future influence. It could be future advice. I'm going to pull some clarifiers on that. We're looking at a brand new start. Now, the Fool together with the Star is very strong. The Star is also often about having been through shit, basically. You know, you don't get to the Star card without having been through stuff. Why else would you need to purify in the healing waters of the Star? This is a reading of hope. This is a reading of hope. This is a reading with 2 kings, of taking charge, of mastering one's thought. It could be a couple. It could be two men. This could be a reading about two masculines, or a masculine and a feminine, or a man and a woman, or two women, but who have very strong masculine energy, which is two people who have mastered something as elements of their lives. Nobody has ever mastered everything in their lives, but two people who have mastered things in a way that allows them. Somebody's mastered thoughts, somebody's mastered feelings that have allowed them to connect with a nine of chalices. We're talking about, with cups, we're talking about connection, relationship, dreams, desires, intuition too sometimes. This is a very watery reading, balanced out with these thoughts. Please clarify the Fool in this future advice position, this future outcome position. Okay, we've got two cards out. We've got the Three of Swords and the Six of Swords, and I want to just take the next one too, to the Emperor. Six of Swords in this deck is very clearly, it's a bridge. It's a bridge from one thing to another thing, and for me, it's also a hopeful card. Six of Swords to me is always a hope. It's a reminder that you can travel, you can move. You know, we have movement. We can move. Our thoughts can move us to a new place, a better place. And with the Three of Swords, moving us with the Six of Swords into the Emperor card, I feel like with two kings and the Emperor, you know, this could be also, if this is a reading for a feminine, this could be very much a masculine energy coming into your life. A masculine energy, a masculine force, a father figure. It could be a boss, it could be, but it is a very strong, I'm getting a very strong male energy in this reading. That doesn't mean it's about a man, people, okay? We all have male energy. And male also means different things to different people, but I'm just telling you what I see here. You have to interpret it in a way that makes sense to your life, to your situations. A male force, male energy, which is energy that goes out into the world. If you think about men, you think about penises, you think about, I'm sorry to be so graphic, I don't want to offend anybody, but if you think about male energy, how it's this force that drives us into the world, with the Fool as well, I'm hearing... Aries, we've got the Fool and the Emperor, which are both, some people say for both these can be Aries cards. This is about someone coming to their true self, finding something true within themselves, finding themselves again, their truth, true path, and being able to begin again, to experience their heartbreak. And you know, it doesn't have to be in love, and by the way, we've all had our hearts broken, but to move beyond it. And remember that Five of Cups in the beginning, that releasing of something that didn't serve us, this acceptance of what is lost, of what is gone, and this glorious relief. I mean, maybe there was a difficult situation simply that you released, and just that release of this situation, and I said this before, has created this bridge for you into what feels like this whole other world, but it was a world that was there all along, of course. But sometimes it takes the releasing of this difficult thing. I'm seeing the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck now, being kind of stuck in a loop of conflict, inner conflict or out of conflict. It could be a battle of wits because it's swords, thoughts, ideas, arguments, conflicts. inner within the self, with the self, outer with other people. And we're moving away from that. We are moving away from the swords, with the King of Swords in this inner position, in the hidden position. This sense of taking charge, the Emperor, taking charge of something within one's own life. And that taking charge sometimes can allow us to become the fool again. Sometimes we need to take charge of things with two kings. Somebody has taken control of their lives. Someone has taken control of their lives. And then once we've mastered that ability to take control of something difficult, to release it, to turn it around, to walk away from it, we're able to start again. Start again. But this time when we start again, we're starting again with a true connection to what our dreams really are. And with the Nine of Chalices, it's not, when we're starting again here, it's not that we're suddenly having to go back. No, because this time, maybe before when we started out, we didn't know what it was we really wanted, but this time we're starting with an understanding, a real deep connection and relationship with what we desire, with what our dream is. And that is power. That is power. You know, it may not be tons of money in the bank, and now when I'm saying that, I'm feeling somebody who's maybe walked away from something stable, maybe walked away from something that once gave you stability. Maybe you've had to walk away from a family member or a partnership, difficult relationship with in a workplace. Maybe you left a job behind, something that brought you income stability. But what you discover in this, what you discover by doing this, is that your own power, the power of you as an individual to be in touch with your own desires, your own longings, your own dreams, Aries. And with that, one can do anything. One can do anything. So, Aries, I'm going to leave this reading there. I hope it's helped somebody. I really do. I feel somebody. I feel somebody's energy here. Please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. And if I get people showing an interest and subscribing to the channel, then I will keep going. So let me know, Aries. I'm sending you so much love. Goodbye.